Hey, welcome back to Movement with Tim. So we're going to practice a movement practice today, and something I want you to think about while you're practicing your movement practice is, if you're doing it with me, it's great because I'm going to keep varying the movements that you do, and we're going to build upon it throughout the month. So we'll start off with a basic routine, and then I'll start to add different variations to start to trick the body and challenge the body. So you can practice this movement practice all throughout the week, 3 days a week, 4 days a week, however much time you have, and mix it in with the yoga practice as well. Repeat it right after, repeat the yoga practice, do the yoga practice right after the movement video, or if you have to break it up between days because you only have 30 minutes, that's fine too. But we want to think about varying our practice because our body stops benefiting if we're always doing the same thing. Like, I just read a comment from somebody that said that they've been doing my total body yoga video that I released like 3 years ago, and they do it 5 days a week, and I was like, that's awesome, but like you're not getting as much benefit as when you first started doing that video. I think we really need to mix up the movements that we do, the practice that we do, the poses that we do regularly. So that's what we're going to do today, and we'll build on it throughout the month, and then next month we'll have a sequence that looks almost completely different. So the first thing one thing that you should know today's video is that I have a foam roller, and that's for sliding against the wall. So if you can slide against your wall, you're not worried about the pain or anything, then you can just do it flat against the wall. Also, I have a TheraBand. So these are props that you want to have in your like little prop cubby. I also am using 2 blocks for today's class. This TheraBand, I've just tied it into a knot so that it can fit over my legs and hold my legs at about hip socket distance apart. And based on how much resistance you want, you can pick the type of band. I think I have a medium tension band here. Okay, so we're gonna start off on our backs, just waking up the core muscles. This is important because we want our core turned on while we're doing these movements. So the first thing that we're gonna do is just find neutral. If you've been practicing with me for a while, this is nothing new to you. As you exhale, flatten your lower back down into the mat. And as you inhale, let your lower back arch. Exhale, flatten lower back down into the mat. Inhale, let the lower back arch. Then come right into neutral so that your lower back isn't arched or flattened. You just have that little neutral space so you could like fit maybe a finger under there or something depending on what your back curve is like. And let your shoulder heads melt down to the floor. Now we're going to start to turn on our stabilizers in our core. So as you exhale, hug in and down from your side ribs and make yourself longer. And then just lift your left leg up into tabletop without anything moving. And then change legs, nice and slow here. Pretend like you have hot cups of coffee on your frontal hip bones. Keep going side to side. Don't let that coffee spill. It's filled all the way up to the top, and it's very hot, like the McDonald's coffee that burned the lady when I was a kid. Very hot coffee, be careful. Sorry for her, this is probably not a joking matter for her and her family. I apologize for that situation for you guys. Okay, if you're watching. Now bring both legs up into tabletop position without spilling your coffee. I hope McDonald's doesn't sue me. Keep all the length in your spine and then slowly lower the right leg. But now you got to turn on your abs so that your lower back doesn't lift. It'll want to lift. Bring it back up and slowly lower the left leg. Hold your belly in. Back up. Change sides. Keep going side to side. Now notice I'm using an exhalation through my mouth. And I'm making noise because it helps me engage my core. You can use a sh sound, a sound, like the ujjayi exhalation sound without the mouth closed. And this is totally appropriate for when you're doing core work. Then hold both legs up, squeeze in your abs, pull your spine longer, squeeze, 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 and set your feet back down. Okay, good. Now that we got the core muscles turned on, let's roll over to the side, press up to seated. So I think last time we started on the back, turning on the hamstrings first. We're going to start today at the wall. So take your roller to the wall and put it just at about your mid-back. If you don't have a roller, again, that's fine. You can just go straight up against the wall. Okay, so first we want to recreate that posture that we had on the floor just a moment ago. So my hips pointing straight down, head up on top of my spine. The shoulders I want to slouch forward, I draw them back. As I inhale, I slowly lower. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, slowly lower. Exhale, back up. Inhale slowly. Notice how on the inhalation I go slower. I pause at the bottom. Exhale, a little quicker on the way up to help work the muscle. Slow on the way down so that the muscle is controlling the movement. And then quick so that you're firing the muscle to come back up. Inhale. And then from your core, also engage your core as you come up. It's better if I don't talk because I can do it better. So focus on your breathing. Focus on the breathing to make sure I engage those muscles. Knees point dead ahead and make sure that the knees don't twist in. Last one here. Chest open. Good job. Okay. Then take your band. And next we're going to do, I think this is called monster walks. I'm not sure though. But this is going to help to turn on the stabilizer muscles in your hips and make sure that they're working. Now I have limited space before I'll run out of view of the camera. So I'm just going to take little steps back and forth. You can go further. Okay, so the first thing I do is I bring my hands together and then I come into a squat position, but I still keep my spine tall and my core turned on so I'm not hunched over. Shoulder blades on the back, chest open. See if I can sit a little bit deeper. Okay, now I'm going to try to hold my spine in this position as I take little side steps. And then back and forth here. Each time that I take a step, I think of pulling my spine taller. And as I exhale, I'm engaging my core, just like when I was on my back. One more round. Make sure that your knees didn't sink in when you're doing this. They stay pressed out and then come all the way up to stand. Okay, so if you're not feeling much work in your outer butts, like my outer butts are on fire right now, you might need your band to be a little tighter, or you might need a band with more resistance. If you don't have the band, you're just working without the band, that's fine too. You'll get some work, not as much as with the band, but still good. Should we do it again? We'll take a little break in between. Important to take a break because it lets the muscles recuperate so that they can fire well again. If you're trying to do the movements without taking a little break, your muscles start to fatigue, they won't support you as well. And then we start to sink into our joints, we use the wrong muscles, so we take little breaks in between to make sure that we're gonna use the right muscles again. Okay, that's like one of my criticisms with CrossFit and stuff is that people are burning themselves out and then they can't do the movements right, they end up hurting themselves. Hey Ollie, how's it going? Ollie agrees. Okay, so now take your feet outer hips distance apart, mid back on the roller, roll the shoulders back, chest open, inhale. As you lower. Exhale, strong from the legs. Okay, stand up. So we're doing basically like 10 to 12 on this, and then back and forth like 5 or 6 times on this. Now as you're practicing throughout the week, you can increase the repetitions if it starts to get easy for you to make it more challenging for your body. Here we go, squat position. Spine tall, blades on the back. Make sure that the chest hasn't sank. Keep your chest lifted. Keep your spine pulled up like it's on a string from your crown, but see if you can stay low as you're going side to side. This feels like a very awkward movement, like I'd be embarrassed to do this in front of people, but I guess I'm doing it in front of you. But man, does it work. Let's do one more round. Oh my gosh, my outer butts are on fire. Okay, we're gonna do one more set of this exercise. Now again, you can even, so say you've done this like 3 times in the week, by the 4th day you're about to do it, you feel that it's gotten too easy, add a set, do 4 instead of just 3. Here we go, 10 to 12 here. Shoulders back, chest open. Maybe a couple more breaths, just take the break. All right, feel that the muscles feel like they're ready for more now. Okay, let's do it. Make sure your knees are pointing straight ahead. Engage your core, keep your belly in. Ten, 11. Pause at the bottom on this one, hold, and let's do little pulses as we hold here. Pretend like you have that band on your legs, you're still pressing out into it. Feel your outer butts turn on. And then come all the way up. Ooh, that was a good one on that last one. Okay, take your band on and we'll do the awkward movement. Make sure nobody is watching you. Come to the squat. Keep your chest open. I would like you to post this to Instagram actually. If you can take a video of yourself doing this week and post it to Instagram and tag me, then nothing will happen. No, I'll be stoked to see it, but I'm not. It'll be funny. Keep your blades on your back, keep your chest open. Oh my gosh, my outer butts. Oh my gosh. Don't be taking pictures of this. My friend who films is trying to take photos right now. Knock that off. Last round here. Woo. It works, I'll tell you that. Okay, cool, let's set up for our next exercise. So we did the stationary lunge last week, and that might be a new movement for you. It might be challenging for your balance. So if that was challenging for your balance, you don't have to add on. But we'll try to add on. If you just need to work with that movement, work with that movement. But we're gonna try to add a reverse lunge. So from standing, we'll step back and then come up. But on the first round, we'll practice the same movement, just a stationary lunge. Now what's more important, before you add more challenge, diversity in your movement, is just having the movement with good posture. So you can check yourself in a mirror, you wanna make sure you have good posture when you do this movement. Let's try for the first round, just to practice the stationary lunge, and then we'll see if you can add on and still have good posture. So step your left foot back and stand tall. Shoulders back, chest open. Then as you inhale, slowly bend your back knee. So a couple finer points is that my knee doesn't go past my big toe. I don't tuck my butt under, but I keep my spine nice and tall up over my hips. And then as I exhale, I push through the heel and I squeeze through the outer leg butt to come up. Inhale to slowly lower. Exhale to come up. You can also add weights. You can hold weights with your hands to make the movement more challenging. But again, posture is more important. If the posture goes to heck, if the shoulders turn in, more important to keep the posture while you're doing the movement than to add weight and to make it look sloppy. Bad for the body. Seven, 8, head right up on top. 9, 10. Good, change sides. Left foot forward, right foot back. Stand tall, good posture. You can do hands on the hips so you could feel it. If you're doing it in front of a mirror, that's even better. The chest is open. Make sure that your left butt doesn't tuck under when you sit. Press through your left heel to come up. I think we're on 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool. Now for this second round, add in the reverse lunge, which we'll practice now. Or if it feels unsteady for you, tough on your knee, tough on your back, just practice a stationary lunge. Chest open, left foot steps back, then right. So this is good because it will challenge your balance and your ability to come up with good posture. Make sure that your shoulders stay back, the chest stays open. And if it's too difficult for you to go from side to side like this, just work the stationary one. Did I already say that like 8 times? Sorry if I'm being overly repetitive. At least I'm not doing the workout guy voice, which we worked on last week, the workout guy voice, which is always corny and insults your level of intelligence. You don't need that. All right, we're almost there. All right, then stand tall and mountain for a moment. And then let's work on the hamstrings and the glutes. So last week we did bridges. We're gonna do bridge, and then we're gonna add on a modification that we'll eventually be doing on a medicine ball. That'll be the most advanced variation. So again, these are good props to have, just a forewarning. If you don't have one, you have access to be able to purchase one. Great prop to get. Okay, so my feet are hip distance apart, knees point straight ahead, shoulders open. I use my core. As you come up, feel the backs of the legs turn on, the groins release down, the backs of the legs turn on to squeeze and lift you. 2, 3, 4. Neck is long. Turn on the pelvic floor and the low abs when you come up. And then lower your buns down. Now check it out. From here, I'm gonna make a little step for my heels. If you have a step at home that you can do this over, that works even better, but this is just a little makeshift step that I'm using. Okay, so I lay flat with my legs stretched out, heels pinned there, and arms at the side. As you exhale, press into your heels and lift your whole body up. Stretch from all 4 sides of your hips out of your back, especially your butts, reach them into your heels. Inhale, lower, and let's do 9. 8. Exhale to come up. Inhale, lower, slow. Exhale up. 3, 2, 1. Hold and lower down. Great job. All right, roll over to your side. Press up and go through all that stuff again. All right, so just remember form before amount of repetitions and difficulty of repetitions. Here we go. Right foot forward, left foot back. Stand tall in your stationary lunge. Inhale, lower, slow. Again, not challenging enough, add weights to your hands, but make sure that the posture is good. Change sides, left foot forward, right foot back. Eyes straight ahead, head up on top of the spine. All right, then the alternate legs. Keep your core engaged, chest open. All right, then lie onto your back. And let's get the glutes and the hamstrings. Oh, block for the second round. Bring your feet close to your buttocks, hip distance apart. Get ready to engage your core and lift your hips up. Inhale down, exhale up. Control the movement down as you breathe in. Squeeze the backs of the legs to come up. Good. Then set up the blocks. And legs straight. Here we go. Hold on the last one, squeeze the backs of the legs, and lower down. Ooh, great job. Okay, so that set, we only do 2. However, throughout the week, or maybe on the second time that you practice this, you can add a third one. Just pause the video and do a third one. But today we'll just stick with that many, which is a specific term that children use to describe an amount, that many. Okay, so let's place the hands right underneath the shoulders. Open up across your chest. Arch your back as you inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale, round. Again, inhale, arch. And exhale, round. Then come into neutral with your spine. Let's do a little bit of planking to work the core. So now roll onto with your left hand, left knee down, open up to your side, hand onto your hip. Then take your right arm up. You can keep this knee down, or if you're working on trying to build some more strength in your upper body, see if you can stretch that leg out behind your right. But if it feels like it's too much on your wrist or your shoulder, just keep the knee down and work on opening up your chest as you push down even into your hand. And then change sides, nice and smooth, steady. The transitions are just as important as the hold. With the right hand, right knee down, open up, roll the inner shoulder to the outer shoulder, take your arm up. Then again, you can hang out here, or as you press down even into the hands and externally rotate your arm, stretch your right leg out behind your left. Slowly with control, come back to plank position, and then set your elbows down onto the mat. All right, so now elbows right underneath the shoulders. Stretch one leg back, pull your belly in, stretch the other leg back. Engage your core, but also spread your collarbones and reach your chest forward. Hold your belly in and up. Now let's see, to make it more challenging, if you're already challenged enough, you're like, I'm shaking, this is friggin' hard, just hang out here. But if you need to make it more challenging, raise your right leg up just an inch. Change legs. Set that foot down, set your hips down, open your chest for a moment. Then lie down onto your back. The core insanity continues. Here we go. Take your block, or if you have a weight, I have a heavy wood block, so something heavy, maybe 5, 10 pounds is good. With your feet planted on the floor, block in front of your chest. As you inhale, twist to your side. Exhale, back to center. Inhale to the other side. Exhale to center. Don't let the hips or the legs move. Keep them fixed where they are. Just working our obliques, which are your side ab muscles, AKA the love handles and stuff. We work those muscles by doing this twisting type of movement. This is really good for your core. I don't really like crunches a lot. I'm not a big cruncher because that only works your rectus abdominis. But if we incorporate these type of movements where you're working on stability and holding length, you're gonna be working all of your ab muscles. So lie down onto your back now. We'll do one more specific for the obliques. As you exhale, twist towards your right knee and slowly stretch your left leg forward. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist to the left knee. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I'm not going to keep saying it because it's annoying, but just go side to side on your own. And release. Oh my gosh. Abdominals. All right, so when you feel strong from your center, that helps with all of your movements. So really all these things that we're doing are helping to strengthen your core so that you're moving from your core when you're practicing yoga. That's so important. It's hard for me to teach just from giving instructions, but if you practice movements like this, it teaches you to hold yourself better from your center. And so then we're less prone to injuring. We're teaching the spine health as we move in our postures in yoga, which is so important. And again, very hard just to instruct without actually going through the motions like we're doing right now. Okay, we're gonna do that same sequence one more time. Again, throughout the week, if you're practicing this multiple times throughout the week, which I suggest for a healthy fitness program, then add on a second or third round of the lunging, add on a third round of this. But today we're just gonna do 2. Here we go. On the forearms, shoulders right over the elbow, chest expanded. Stretch your spine long, hold your navel into your spine. Spread your collarbones, pull your blades onto your back. Make your neck long. Squeeze the legs. Set your hips down, open your chest, inhale. And then come onto your butt. Hold the block in front of you. If you have a wooden block or a weight, that's better. Chest open. Inhale to the side. Exhale to center. Lie on your back. For the oblique torture, twist to your left knee this time. Inhale to center. And hug your knees into your chest. Oh my gosh, thank God that's over. With your right knee hugged in, stretch your left leg out. Just a quick little stretch here. Change legs with your left knee in. Stretch your right leg out. Then set that foot down onto the floor, cross your right ankle over your left knee, and we'll get a little hip opener with a twist. Let the legs fall over to the left. Open the right arm out to the side, expand the chest. Come back to center, change the cross of your legs. Open the left arm out to the side and let your legs fall over to the right. Left ankle crossed over the right knee. Expand the chest. Come back up to center. Uncross the legs, roll over to your side and press up. And let's sit in Upavishta Konasana for 10 breaths. Legs wide apart, chest open. Just feel all the heat, energy, free-flowing movement in the body. Notice the shift after you practice conscious movement, how good it feels, how open the spine feels, how your body feels strong but mobile. Twist to your right. Twist to your left. Come back to center. All right, from Baddha Konasana, we'll close here. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. If you did, leave a comment below. Hit the like button. Let me know how it went for you. Questions, comments, suggestions. Always happy to hear from you. And also, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and spread the word. Let a friend know. I want to get this channel going and get the word out, so I'd appreciate your help. Thanks for watching. Can I say namaste at the end of this video? I don't know. Namaste.